It's the start of the Bensalem Township Council meeting for Monday, July 13th. I would ask that everyone stand for the opening of the meeting with a moment of silent meditation or prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Thank you. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Just go around the room real quick just to introduce everyone. We have Mr. Phil Worst, Township Engineer. We have Debbie Marine, our Executive Secretary. We have Councilman Knowles. We have Councilman Wenzel, Councilman Tokmajian, Councilman Kisselback, and Mr. Joe Pizzo is our solicitor for the township. We have a number of police command staff and so forth all up here. I'm not going to name them, though, if that's okay, Bill? Okay. All right. We'll move to the next agenda item. Director McVeigh, are you going to lead us in the presentations? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
Good evening, Council. Thank you for having us here tonight. I'm glad you didn't name the command staff. It's not about us tonight, totally about the other officers on the street, doing the job that they do so remarkably well, that we're so proud of. And it's always nice to take time, especially at a council meeting, for the general public of Bensalem to see what a great job our 911 first responders do. And tonight we'll be honoring some of our heroes in Bensalem. So first up is Corporal Noah Poltro. Please come up. On January 8th, 2026, at approximately 12:44 a.m., you responded to 1446 Gibson Road for the report of a male who was bleeding from his arm and possibly losing consciousness. While en route to the call, you were advised by Bucks County Police Radio that the victim was now reporting he had been shot in the arm. Upon arrival, you located the victim, who was suffering from a gunshot wound to his upper left arm, and you observed significant blood loss. Without hesitation, you applied a tourniquet to control the bleeding until the emergency medical personnel arrived. Medical personnel on scene later confirmed that your prompt application of the tourniquet was a critical life-saving intervention and directly contributed to saving this victim's life. In recognition to your training, professionalism, quick thinking, and decisive life-saving actions, you are hereby awarded the Bensalem Township Police Department Life Saving Award. Congratulations. Was that a daddy? Good shout. All right. Next up will be Officer Cliff Snyder and Officer Richard Adams. Mr. Adams is away on vacation, so he cannot be here, but we'll be honoring both of these fine officers. On March 25th, 2026, you responded to a disabled vehicle in the area of Byberry Road and Galway Road, where you discovered a 73-year-old female unconscious behind the wheel. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, you both acted swiftly to gain access to the vehicle by breaking the window out and safely removing the unconscious driver. You immediately began life-saving measures and CPR. As a direct result of your prompt actions and coordinated efforts, the patient, identified as Susan Rose, regained a pulse and was transported to the hospital for further treatment and evaluation. Hospital staff later credited your life-saving intervention as a significant factor in the patient's complete recovery. Ms. Rose is here tonight, and we will recognize her in a minute, directly as a result of what you did. In recognition of your professionalism, decisive actions, and unwavering commitment to preserving life, you are hereby awarded the Bensalem Township Police Department Life Saving Award. Congratulations, Cliff. I spoke to Ms. Rose as she's hugging Officer Snyder. A round of applause for her. She's going to pass on speaking because she's already emotional. She didn't want to get emotional, but she was still taking glass out of the rear of her car as of today. When she took her tissues out, there were still pieces of glass in there. But so thankful that you're alive, number one, and thank you for being here tonight to celebrate this with our officers. We appreciate your presence. Next, we'll have a group of officers, Corporal Steve Ames, Officer Mike Sheehy, Officer Chris Pennington, and Officer Brett Beaumont. Please come forward. On May 2nd, 2026, at approximately 12:37 hours, you responded to Windward Lane for the report of a cardiac arrest involving a 57-year-old man. Upon arrival, you located the patient unresponsive on the bedroom floor. Working together as a team, you immediately initiated CPR and continued life-saving efforts for an extended period, rotating responsibilities as needed until the Bensalem EMS responded and took care of the patient over. As a direct result of your prompt actions and coordinated response, the patient, identified as Sean Clement, who is also here this evening, responded positively to your life-saving measures and was subsequently transported to Jefferson Torresdale Hospital for treatment and a full recovery. In recognition of your professionalism, teamwork, perseverance, and commitment to preserving life, each of you here tonight are awarded the Bensalem Township Life Saving Award. Congratulations. Mr. Clements is here this evening. If you'd like to stand up and be recognized and say a word. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Clements, and thank you for being here. It's great that you're alive today, and it's great to see the training of these officers get put in action and have a positive result, and thank you for being here to celebrate with us tonight. We appreciate you being here. One thing I'd like to say collectively about these three cases, our police officers do a tremendous job every day serving this community with integrity and distinction, and it's not every day you get called upon to save a life. And they train for hundreds of hours each year over the course of their career to be prepared, and the cases that you just heard are an example of their professionalism and commitment to excellence, and people's lives were saved as a result. So thank you all for what you did. Thank you to all the police officers here tonight for what you do every day, and a round of applause for all of them collectively. The last presentation tonight will not be by me. It will be by Chief Dave Sassa. He's the Chief of County Detectives for Chester County. He's a colleague of mine. We serve on the Crime Commission Committee together. He's a true professional in police work, does an exceptional job leading his detective agency, and he's going to come forward to recognize one of the members of our department at this time. Chief Sassa.
Thank you, Director. Council, thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. My name is David Sassa. I am the chief. I have the honor and privilege, I should say, to be the chief of the Chester County Detectives in Westchester. I command a county detective agency of 25. We work for the district attorney. And I'm here to recognize Detective Sergeant Glenn Vandergriff for his contributions to Chester County. And if you will indulge me just for a couple of minutes to put it in context, you'll understand how important this is. I will tell you, I've been in law enforcement for a very long time, hence all the gray hair, right? I don't want to talk about how many years. I will tell you that over 15 years ago, when most police departments around this area we're talking about DNA and how to implement DNA and what can we use for DNA. The Bensalem Township Police Department was already using DNA. They had already created their own database initiative. They were solving crimes, not big crimes, little crimes and everything in between by using their own database. First in the Commonwealth. It was never heard of before that. I will tell you that a lot of colleagues thought that the former director, Fred Aaron, might have been a little crazy. Maybe some people think that, I don't know. But his intuition and using forensic DNA to solve these smaller crimes was impressive. I watched it from afar, from 2 counties over, and when I had the opportunity to be in an executive level, be appointed chief 6 years ago, I said, I want to emulate that department. Bensalem was eliminating people. They were linking crime scenes from smaller crime scenes to big crime scenes in Bensalem and out. Nobody else was doing that. There is a state police lab and there is a FBI lab, but they created their own and they were successful. So what we did is we started and we had to obtain funding, and I went to the person who I consider to be an expert, and I think the director would agree with me, is Sergeant Vandergriff. He is the forefront of this DNA initiative. He delivers a lot of credit for helping us. We obtained funding. He gave me points. He gave us strategic planning points. He gave us operational reasons how to do these things, policies, how to implement them in certain investigations from homicide to low-level crimes. And it's important that we solve the crime and the public has trust in what we do as investigators, as police department. And like I said before, the Bensalem Police Department, in my opinion, is the national model for what they have done and they continue to do and be on the forefront. And Sergeant Vandergriff answered so many questions from our detectives, our prosecutors. He helped develop our policy. He helped develop our initiative. He came to Chester County and personally trained with some other trainers over 125 police officers, detectives, chiefs of police, and state troopers, and how this program worked before we started the initiative. I'm proud to say in 3 years since we started this program, we've built our database up to over 3,000 samples and over 1,200 hits, meaning 1,200 times we link cases with cases in Chester County, in Bucks County, in Philadelphia, in Newcastle County, and other areas of the Commonwealth. And really, Sergeant Vandergriff deserves a lot of credit for what he did for Chester County. And I know you've probably heard this, and you heard it earlier than the director talked about. Law enforcement is a team sport. And when I say team sport, I mean we share information, we share intelligence information, we share training, we share personnel. And that's how we're successful. So my gratitude, if I could grab the back.
Yeah, sure.
My gratitude to Sergeant Vandergriff really is a reflection on the leadership of the Bensalem Police Department. On behalf of the Chester County District Attorney and the County Technical, I want to present this recognition to your dedication, commitment, and effort in assisting with the implementation of the Chester County District Attorney's Office Rapid and DNA program presented to you today, July 13th, 2027. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chief. Great presentation. And I would just like to add, Glenn started doing this in 2010, 16 years later. And in between here in Chester, he also trained Montgomery County, all of their police departments, and some other areas across the state. So very nice to have you out here tonight, Chief, to recognize that program, but the efforts of Sergeant Vandergriff. That'll conclude our presentation. We'd like to do a group picture if council would like to be
Please.
involved or make
Yep,
comment.
we could do a picture with council, and then if families, we have some time this evening. So if family want to do
If you're
quick.
okay with that, that's great.
Real quick, I just, first of all, congratulations to you, Director, for leading the best police force in the county and quite frankly, the state. And this is, those that received awards this evening are a pure example as to the reason why we continue to support emergency responders, police, fire, because they are quite the best here in Bensalem. And I, on a personal level, when you see a police car racing down the street You don't know what they're going to respond to, but they are putting their life in danger. And also, they are saving lives too as well. And you don't really realize that until it personally affects you. So all I can say is thank you so very much for everything that you do every single day.
Thank you.
Want your pictures?
Yeah.
Yep, guys.
If all the officers want to come up that received an award, and any other officer that would like to join in, Chief Sassa, please come up. Some of the guys in blue back there, please come up.
I like those boots.
What's the big painting?
As they exit, just wait until. I also wanted to mention, I did miss with the introduction, Councilman Sloan is away, he's traveling for work, and Mayor DiGirolamo is also away for personal reasons. So I just wanted to also mention that too as well. We'll move to agenda number 3, public comment that's specific to just agenda items only. And being that there's only one item on the agenda, I'm going to assume that we'll wait for the normal public comment right after the minutes. I'll close number 3. Agenda number 4, approval of council minutes for the meeting date, June 22nd, 2026. Gentlemen, do you have any changes, corrections, or additions? No.
Now put a motion to fully accept it as presented.
Yes.
I second.
Sorry, wait, there was one.
You had one?
Yeah. It's the public comment portion and motion vote of 11A under item 12. I think it was just a correction of the numbers that we had on the agenda.
What page is it, do you know?
Yeah, I think,
Did you say 11A?
yeah,
12 is
the public, she put the public comment portion was listed under 11A.
Oh, okay. Amended correction.
Well, that changes the whole meeting.
Yeah. That's fine. But with that,
We can make it separate public comment, I guess.
that was,
Where at? What are you talking about?
Public comments,
a vote of 11 motion, vote under item 12, so just get that.
who's saying this wrong?
I don't, Councilman Sloan, I don't, all right, that's fine. It is what it is. That's-
11A was added on.
Yeah, it looks like it's in there, so
Agenda item.
I'm not quite sure exactly what he was referencing either. Okay, that's fine. Motion is on the floor, seconded.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any against?
If it's a technicality with the numbers or something.
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
correct
that's,
it,
it's
you know?
a small thing. Yep,
Yeah.
agreed. Okay, Deb, that's approved. Move to agenda number 5, public comments. Those here for public comment, please come up. Just ask that you state your name and your address.
Sure. My name's Natasha. I'm at 2047 Hansel Drive. I think a lot of you guys know me already. If you don't, I'm sorry. So we again had water issues on our street. I do have a little petition here that I'll pass around to you guys. I'll show you exactly what we're petitioning for. You've got 2 of them. All right, I've been coming to this meeting on and off for about 5 years now. The complaint is always the same. It's really the flooding and water issues and sewage issues on our street. Last Monday's storm was the nail in the coffin for me and my neighbors. We have had enough. It is time for the council to listen and resolve these massive problems that have plagued our community for years. It's not just our street. The whole of Bensalem has problems. You guys know where those problems are. The residents of Bensalem, your constituents, the ones who elected you, are holding you to your campaign promises. It's time to get this done. I know some of you were here back in 2021 when we initially had the problems, and nothing's been done since then. Same thing, nothing's been resolved. I will say since Monday, I have been in contact with the mayor and Brian from Public Works, and I have to give them a very, very big thank you for listening and coming out to our property to look at the situation firsthand. The mayor couldn't make it today, but he did send Brian again. I believe that is a step in the right direction towards solving these issues. I do invite all council members to do the same. Pictures and words do not show or give it justice to what is actually happening in the back of our homes. It's something that can be solved, something small that can be solved to mitigate a portion of the problem. Seeing it with your own eyes gives you a much better perspective of the problem and issues that we deal with on a daily basis. Speaking with the people who live in the flood-prone areas is the only way to get an idea of what actually happens and come up with a plan to mitigate these issues with them, as no one knows your home like you do. And I'm sure whoever's here that's dealing with the floods, they can tell you where that water's coming from and what they think could resolve it. None of us are engineers or architects or anything like that. But we live there, we see where it's coming from, we see the problems that it's causing us. Cleaning out and fixing this retention pond that is behind our house, this is the Hansel Drive, one of the Hansel Drive problems, is only the beginning and a fraction of the issues on our street. Our street, which connects Street Road and Hughville Road, like everyone knows, needs more drains on the street to catch some of the water that rushes down our street, which in turn then overflows into our driveways and into our homes. Yet another problem that we're dealing with. I know this, having the water going in multiple drains could help the problem slightly. Again, it just wouldn't come down our driveways as much. I know the drains we have now, which are only 2, lead to the pipe that goes into Street Road, which is a state-owned street. But there have been many other projects that Bensalem and PennDOT have worked together on, and I'm sure this would be something that could be done. Clearly, I know it's not going to happen right now, but it should be in the talks. And I don't know what the drains are on your streets, if it's the same problem, but if PennDOT and the township could come together to start coming up with a plan so that we can have less water coming from the street actually into our homes, that would be, something I think that we all appreciate. I think the infrastructure of this township is not adequate for all that has been built in the past 10, 15 years. These have to be upgraded in order to manage the growth in this township. You guys know that this place is growing out of control and quickly, and you guys have to keep up with the mitigation issues, the sewage, all that. This stuff is old. Like, our houses have been there since the 50s, and it's the same sewage pipes, same drainage pipes. Nothing's changed, and everything else has grown around us. We need answers and permanent solutions to the sewage issues as well. Having sewage pipes run through the Armstrong property and into Hansel Drive was an engineering mishap. Again, I'm aware that this is not a quick fix, but also should be a priority. Living with the smell of sewage and the possibility of it backing up into our house is an unacceptable way to live and should not be tolerated in the times that we live in and in the country that we live in. We're not in a third world country. Again, I'm always available for any township council members to contact with questions and especially solutions to our problem. Above all, we are the residents of Bensalem, need action and not words, and it's time. I will attend meetings regularly to remind the council that we are still in need of these things. I can provide updates on my end as to how the conditions have been, but I will be very persistent until things get done. We need a timeline. We need this timeline to be strict and complied with. I understand you cannot give me answers at this very moment as to how long any of this will take, but like I said, I am available when you have the information. I will also be consistently checking in. I don't want to be this aggressive and this pain in the butt. However, it is clear that when we are not in constant contact with the council that we get forgotten and put on the back burner. It's been like that for the past 5 years. And the residents of Bensalem deserve peace of mind. They deserve better than this. Once again, I do want to thank the mayor, I know he's not here, for being in constant contact with me, and Brian as well, for pushing things forward. Again, this is a great step in the right direction, but we need more. And if I let all of you guys know, and if I'm constantly in your ear, that maybe you will listen to me and something will finally get done. I'm fighting for my Hansel Drive, but you've got other residents here that have issues too, big issues, and it's not issues that happened overnight. So we need help. So I'm coming to you guys for help, but I'm going to be a pain in the butt. So.
Natasha, I mean, I've seen the issues down there, so I know what it is, know what it looks like. Hold on. We recognize the issue. You're right, it's not an overnight fix. And Armstrong, I think, is part of the problem, right? And it's privately owned also as well. So I can tell you that from all different avenues, we did also reach out to, I'm not quite sure the ownership structure yet at this point, but we did reach out to the owner. I know the administration reached out to the owner as well as myself indirectly as far as going in there and trying to help abate some of the issues there. And I want to also reiterate your comments in terms of our public works and the administration being there and really trying to address those issues as immediate as possible. I think they were there that day or the next day trying to clean out what they could.
I've got no complaints about Public Works. They've been amazing throughout this whole thing.
Great, okay.
And like I said, I contacted the mayor, and the mayor is the one who actually sent Brian out. And Brian has been nothing but helpful. And we're always in contact with him, and he's very responsive to our emails. And that's great. But I need you guys to do something about that property.
Understood, and I'm glad you said that because I think we have to, right? It's dated.
Solution as well.
Understood. So I mean, I'm looking at two things, right? A short-term fix, as much as we can to try to alleviate what's going on, and then the long-term fix is really putting in permanent water infrastructure on that property. And I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet at this point.
We just, not to interrupt, but we did incorporate that into the development that was, fortunately or unfortunately going behind there, And we incorporated a lot. We made him do extra things.
Oh, I
It was
understand.
supposed, but then that whole thing,
And I warned you guys that was never going to happen. But you guys insisted that you were going to wait for him to build. He did not build. That's exactly what I expected him to do. And so now we have a property that's sitting there with
I know,
trash all over the place, furniture. That furniture and all that crap is not even my problem. My problem is that retention pond, because that is what abuts my property.
we gotta keep that
and
clean.
what causes issues in our backyards, in her house last Monday, our house. So it's time. I cannot fight with you guys anymore on this.
We're not asking you to fight with us. We're here to help.
Fix it right away.
But I've been here constantly, right?
You guys gotta understand as well that I have kids. It's becoming a health issue. I don't know what is in that water. My kids go in the pool every single day. What about if my kid gets sick? Who's gonna help me on that one? I just need a solution right away.
Can I ask one question, but it's going to be directed towards our solicitor? Joe, would this be more or less an issue from the property owner and the property owner more than a township issue? Like, could these people all collectively get together and go after the owner of that property for not keeping up their property?
Certainly, if a private property owner causes harm to a neighboring property owner, there is the potential there for civil action between the property owners. I'd be reluctant to sit here and discuss publicly what they might or might not do vis-a-vis that neighboring property. I'd be happy to meet with them privately to discuss it. But generally speaking, if many times a lot of the issues that come in front of you during public comment are actually disputes that are between private property owners for which the township doesn't have standing in some regards, and this may be one of those instances.
Can I respond to that? I did contact an attorney actually regarding that property. We don't have the funds to do that for our street.
The reason
But
why
you
we
guys-
don't have it is because we spend so much money on fixing the house. Last month, I spent $10,000 putting new pump so I don't get water inside my house, and I still got water. So I feel like I have a nice house. Yes, I fix it, but then when it rains, get messed up. I don't have that money to get a lawyer and fight to this guy.
Yes.
I don't have it.
So we were told it would cost us each 10 to 15,000. And we're not gonna get money back from that. It's just gonna make him do something that he should have been doing the whole time. You guys are our middle guy. You are our voice with him. We have no contact with him. We have no way to contact him. The only information I have is the name of the company that he owns, which is, after that property got foreclosed on, it went back to him, and that's the only reason why I know that, because I have been following this. And there's no contact information for that person. So I have no way of contacting him. The only way that I have, and the only voice I have, is through you guys, and so I have to come to you guys. We're not gonna be able to spend that kind of money on an attorney.
Well, I can tell you that we will jointly cooperate with the landowner and figure out a resolution there.
No, I know that you guys have already started.
Yep, we did.
Something, and things are in the works, and I appreciate that. But I need to be a part of this 100%. Because
So
like I
another
said-
question, you said it's flooding out front of your home as well?
As well, yes.
Okay.
That's a different issue. Some of our neighbors actually get flooding in the back of their house, and they live closer to Humeville. We live closer to Street Road.
Okay.
They live closer to Humeville, so nobody quite knows where that water is coming from, but they're getting water from the back of their properties as well.
So if the issue is coming from resident to resident, then that's a civil issue, but it's an issue that's on the street, that's an issue for us to handle more or less. So can we have our engineer at least look at issues that may
Sorry,
pertain?
Colleen from 2032 Hansel Drive. That, we take on all of the water from this building straight down Humeville.
Goes straight down.
It goes straight down, it dumps down Humeville, it dumps down our street, it dumps into a 4-foot storm drain that goes out to Wendy's to a street road. That storm drain is not big enough to handle, and now you dismantle the Armstrong property and they're not maintaining it. Guys, we can't keep calling the property owner. You guys need to have it maintained and bill them. Take it out of your miscellaneous fund,
Doesn't,
because that's what
Understood.
needs to
And
happen.
There has been,
And that-
They can't even.
There has been
I'm
lean-
with you, Colleen, and that's an
They
option that
can't
we're,
even-
that's an option we can pursue.
They have a fence on their back line that it's pushing through poison ivy. She was severely sick from her own backyard on poison ivy because she can't get to it. The drain back there, the retention pond, they're not maintaining it. It's your guys' responsibility to clean it out and bill them. Put a lawsuit
and
against them.
it's my understanding that there is a department that is supposed to actually go after them and hold them accountable. Am I correct? I can't.
Well, I mean, building and planning or public works would be those that we would get involved with at the township level.
Okay, and so they're the ones who are supposed to hold the property owner accountable
Well, I mean,
for.
ultimately the administration, yes, that work with public works and building and planning, so yes.
So, in turn,
Yes,
I mean-
we will, and we'll certainly do so.
All right,
Well, we're working on, I mean, it's a bad situation. We learned a lot about it when they were development, but I knew 6 or 8 families that I grew up with that lived on that street. Stacy Champion used to live on that street, grew up. So I'm very familiar with it, but there's underground water, there's water coming off the
I
thing.
100%, I understand that, and that's
They probably
stuff that you
shouldn't have
can't
built them there in
fix.
the first place in the 50s, you know what I mean? But,
I agree, but right now
Yeah.
they're built, and I live there, so.
yeah.
And,
It was my listing, it wasn't
and Natasha, also to respond to, I'm happy to have you part of the discussions, as you already are well aware. So when we start having those discussions in terms of fixing the water management, figuring out what we're going to do with that site, be happy to have you part of it.
And listen, I understand our houses are not built in the right place, but that retention pond is supposed to help mitigate some of the problems. And right now, that's all I'm asking for is just a
That was
little
built
bit
in,
of.
what, 1950? I mean, it's.
Listen,
not-
it is what it is,
Yeah,
right?
it's not supposed to at this point. It's not happening. I mean, it certainly needs to be fixed. So, and we're very well aware of it.
Right, and that's all I'm saying is like a quick fix for right now is that retention pond. Everything else has to be done. And hopefully, I mean, I don't know what the timeline with those things are, but hopefully within the next
Yeah, I can't
year
give
or
you a
two.
time.
But I know
Hopefully, we
that
can have a
that's.
temporary solution, like Ed said, Mr. Takmazian said. We can have a temporary solution to help you best again, clean the basin, do whatever we can now.
Yeah.
I think that property is going to change hands and someone's going to develop it, and we'll make sure we hold their feet to the fire to make sure that they give us the proper drainage. They had a whole retention basin and everything like that.
Yeah, I
to
don't
make sure
believe
it's
that place
done
is
right.
gonna be bought anytime soon. But I mean, despite, that's not even the concern right now is not that. But we also gotta figure out why the people up closer to Humeville are getting water in their backyard. It doesn't make any
Yeah, so
sense. The
it's a
retention
lot,
pond's
yeah.
not there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So their issue's not the retention pond, it's something else. But you guys also have to, I mean, send out your engineers, I guess.
Yep.
Maybe
So-
Public Works can look at it and try to figure that out as well.
Natasha, also to your point about the township-wide, and I think that was part of your statement, we are looking at that, as making it part of the 2027 budget, so.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, it was on the 2022 budget and nothing happened, so.
I'm with you. Okay, thank you.
Alright.
And also, I invite you, all of you, when it's raining, so you guys could go and look at my house,
Sure.
how flooded it get. Now when it's dry, because when it's dry, I don't need you guys. I need you when it's,
I can say I was in
Rainy.
Natasha's house, and I saw it, so. you
yeah.
know. I saw it. I knew.
Yeah, that's right, it was 5 years.
Ed visited me prior to the 100-year storm that we had 5 years ago and said, "Oh, you have ducks in your backyard?" And I said, "No, I don't have ducks. They just land here because I get so much water."
Thanks, Colleen.
Front of our houses
Any-
and the back of our houses.
Anybody else, public comment? Can you come up, please? I need you, please. If you can come up, I didn't mean to, I'm sorry, just please come up, that's all. I don't want to have people shouting from the
My name's
back.
Kim Daniels, I live
Oh.
at 2046 Hansel Drive.
Okay.
5 years ago, yesterday, was the major flood where I got 5 feet of water in my family room, my garage, my laundry room, my heater, my washer and dryer, my hot water heater, everything gone. Everything in my garage, my whole family room gutted. My floors on my next floor had to all be ripped out. So, and you came and walked down the street and went in all of our houses
Yep.
and told us that we would get this resolved.
Yep.
It's 5 years. Every time it rains, I'm worried. I'm sick because the only drain is right outside my house. And if I'm not outside with a rake getting all the shit out of the drain, then it's all coming down my driveway and into my house again. So this can't be right. I understand you guys can't give me a timeline, but there's got to be some estimate of time. We're already at 5 years. How many more years do you think it'll take?
I don't want to, like I said, we This evening, we started talking through what the resolution looks like. And again, I
This
don't want.
evening we started talking?
So we had an exec to start talking about, some of the flooding issues that we've seen across the
You
township.
know, we've been patient, really patient. But you have no idea what it's the stress of rain.
Yeah.
It's going to rain, so I got to freak out and worry about my house. I have that with the front of my house. The back of my house, a river runs through it. Just like when you saw Colleen's ducks. I live next door to Colleen. Where do you think that water's going? So there's got to be a resolution. There's got to be, there's got to be engineers that you guys can send out to take a look at this. There has been people, Colleen has called people to come out in the pouring rain to take a look at it. We have video of it. I don't understand what the holdup is. Anybody?
So I'll say this, I think that we should at least, we can actually look at the front road streets, that's our issue. To send an engineer on someone else's property, we can't do
You're
that.
welcome to come to my, I'll sign whatever you want.
Yeah, but
They
we
can
can't
come
get
to
on,
my
yeah,
house
but we can't
anytime
get
they
on
want.
Armstrong's, we can't send our engineer on the Armstrong's property.
Does not have anything to do with the Armstrong property. She's-
No, I'm on the other side of the street.
So all that water is just street water.
So you box on the street? Okay.
I'm-
Yeah, well,
I'm-
I
the
wanna
back
have-
of
I wanna
my
have our
house is
engineer
the
look at
stores.
the road, that's fine.
Sure.
I had the sewage issue. My house has been flooded with sewage twice.
Okay.
They finally came out, the township told me that, what the heck is that called? The water company, the sewage. Bucks County Water and Sewer. You guys sold it to them. Like, you wash your hands of stuff by selling it. Come on, man, that's ridiculous. But they came out, put a check valve in, and I haven't had the problem since. But that doesn't mean it won't happen again.
But where's it going
Okay.
next?
I don't know. So, it worked its way down the street, and you just ignore us, and you ignore the problem. The system that's there is not working. It's not big enough anymore. Help us.
Understood. Thank you.
Thanks. That's okay.
I live at 2819 Marion Ave in Bensalem, right in Eddington. And I know there was a project that was just done at the golf course for Woodbine. However, Marion at Brown is absolutely horrible. It's not even my property, but it's her property too, who is next to me. We have a river that runs past. It doesn't matter, the water comes into my basement. I have spent $50,000 every time that it rains. I have to redo everything. I can't keep doing this. I can't sell my house because then who's gonna buy it when it floods? I mean, it literally is a river. I mean, I have pictures since 2021 when I had 14 inches of sewer water plus the water that came in from the back. It's horrible. I've lost everything. Twice. No, it's three times now.
sorry.
3 times because I had it last year and now I just had it again on Monday. I have PTSD from water. I mean, I hear it's going to rain. I can't even go down the shore this weekend because guess what? We're getting rain Friday into Saturday. I have quick dam bags at my back door. I sealed my back door.
And are you saying that's the water coming off the golf course? Is that what?
No,
Oh,
it's
where-
water coming from Street Road.
Oh, I
It's
see.
water coming down
Got it.
Brown Ave because I'm at the bottom of the hill.
Got it. Okay.
There's no place for this water to go but my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor who lives up the street, her foundation is gone.
Yep.
It comes,
goes down to the firehouse.
you know where Eddington Fire, I live across from
becomes
that.
a lake.
Got it.
Okay, well, I'm the second house in, she's the corner. Going,
I was 1508 Brown.
And-
I'm on 1400
York
Brown
goes are
Avenue.
across the street and the Mitchells are
So it's
across.
Brown Avenue between Eddington and Marion. It becomes a total lake. And then it leaks, it's
They
lakefront.
used to get it
property.
behind that house and then halfway on the block, they got a lot of water.
it's
too.
just, it comes.
Unfortunately, Eddington just lacks sufficient water management there.
Yeah.
The sewer system is ridiculous. The one that's right at my neighbor's house, right before my house, is literally this deep, and it goes, that fills up, it's supposed to go across the street, and then down the street.
Yep.
Well, that person has a sump pump pumping into that drain too, which township knows, because I called. I had Quentin out at my house many of
I
times.
was gonna ask that, okay. All right, fine.
And there's a drain that's in my neighbor's backyard that has to get over a huge hump, which the water will not come from my foundation over to hers. It will not even go because of that hump. I said to Quentin, who owns that drain? Oh, not the township. Well, then who does? Oh, well, they must have put it in. I went to my neighbor. I said, did you put that drain in? She said, no, that's been there for over 30 years.
If it actually has
Okay.
any function, it's just.
And you're
because
saying
the
that's
outlet
at Marion, at the
bypass.
corner of Marion and Brown?
Yes, I'm the second house in of
All right,
Marion.
we'll certainly take a look at that intersection.
Please.
So,
And
sure,
then Brown
absolutely.
and Eddington.
Brown and Eddington.
Yep,
You got
that
it.
whole area.
Okay,
You can ask the firemen. They get their boats out.
okay,
Yeah, it's fine.
got it, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Angel Ordonez. I'm from 2922 Ogden Avenue. I hear about the rivers, and we have a lake in my house. So on 2021, we have flooding on my house, and we lost everything. We don't have enough to go to because it's our first house here. I'm the first person who bought a house in the United States. So we don't know where to go. So we have to buy everything for ourselves because we lost everything. We have 2 feet water inside of my house. So after we got all the flooding, we don't know what to do. So I put on my trucks and we were take it to the dump place, everything. Finally, my neighbor called the township, say they have to help you. They sent me a truck to put all my furniture, beds, everything in to dump it. So they took a quick call. So I asked my neighbor what to do. And they say, no, just go help. So we come over here and say, listen, we have this problem. We have all the water from Street Road, from the neighbors, for the Virginia Avenue, Marion, all the water is, the sewer is right on my front of my house. My house is the lowest part. So when all this water comes, the drainage can't handle. So now, wherever water start bluffing, so they start to raise the water. So I don't know when it will happen is on 12 or 13, they fix the street to go to the 13, and they raise the asphalt. So the water, wherever water can handle in drainage, wherever water is good, they have to go on top of the asphalt to go to other side. That is when the water stopped to my house. That was 2 feet high. And we can handle it. So one thing I did is for trying the water goes quickly. From my neighbors to everybody, it's coming trash can, coming dumpsters, coming paper, cartoon, everything. And they clocking it. So I have to go, I have pictures, I have videos, I have to go and clean it, trying to drainage the water. So on 2021, I come in and asking what we could do. So they say, oh, you have to give me information, and say they're gonna send the engineers to look at what it can do. So I don't think so, nothing happened. So I say, I go to the other side of the street road, and I check on myself, see what it can do. So the problem the other side is, everybody throwing from the buildings, throw it wasted in the little quick creek right there. So that is full. So when the water is full, they can go through faster. They go back up the water because they can go because it's mountains. There is a lot of there is a jungle. Nobody take care. So I suggest that somebody have to clean up that.
Sure.
And the other thing is that the other houses, they building new houses. You guys have in the Ogden Avenue, they do all the system. They put new system because the server they build in the. But on my house, they stop there. The other side is nothing. If other side is True Road, is nothing. All is jungle. It's a lot of waste there. It's a lot of stones. Asphalt is in there because I go and inspect myself to see how they can fix this problem. So I come on 2021. That's the problem. Monday, unfortunately, like everybody else, I have 1 inch to destroy everything again in my house. So At least, somebody send it to inspect this.
Was your drain clogged that was in front of your house?
It's not, I was clean up. I was in middle of the water is right here.
okay.
I was trying to clean up to keep water
Right,
going.
I mean,
We're gonna lose
I would
everything
say
again.
you obviously reach out to the township, and they certainly will help to clear that, that's for sure.
Ed,
Joe.
you should get his address so we can.
Yeah, I thought it was Ogden Ave, 29?
22 Ogden.
Yep,
29.
got it.
Unfortunately, my house is the last house right there to the lowest spot. So we had a problem, 3 houses always flooded right there.
Yep.
It's, I think it's 29, 22, it's 28, 22, the front of 27, I think is closer to, and one house before. The 3 houses always flooded. But I come in here because we already lost one time everything. I'm saying everything. The water is 2 feet high. We have nowhere to go to ask help, or somebody has to get something back. So we have to get it on our own. We don't have a problem. But if we're going to have again another big rain,
Sure, yep. We'll certainly ask the administration to look at that area.
yeah,
along
please.
that.
I
Yep.
think like everybody else here
Absolutely, I got
need
it.
help to
Yep.
this. I think these issues it's something can fix. It's not something not fixable. So if we go there, they send engineers. I think they can look at it.
Understood, I don't know what that answer is this evening, but we'll
Okay.
certainly look at that area.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for
Okay,
raising the
thank you.
visibility to it.
Good luck.
Hold on, Colleen, did you have?
Yes, so, I'm sorry. You just heard from many people that said they're out, they're clearing drains. My husband runs around between raindrops, getting gutters, wiping down streets, making sure trash bags are not there to block any drains, cleaning out bamboo from in front of Wendy's and bags and everything else. And you say to the man, was your drain clean? It's insulting.
Okay.
I mean, it's completely insulting.
I was
that
simply
you think
asking the question,
These
Colleen, that's all.
residents are not taking care of their properties to know that flow of water. We're all scared. My house had $100,000 worth of damage. Who paid for that? You bought me a $700 dumpster, thank you. And pizza, I remember. But damn, don't insult us thinking we don't clean our drains.
I wasn't suggesting that. I was suggesting that the township can go out and clean them.
Is
Thank you.
there like a maintenance? I know that you guys send the street.
Come up,
Okay, hold on a
Touch,
second.
please come
Yeah,
up.
You gotta come up.
I know that I've asked you guys about having a maintenance plan, having a street cleaner. I know you guys do that. Is there a way to get that done more often? Because after these storms, that's when those drains actually get clogged. And like him, I always clean so between the two of us, we don't even know that we're cleaning it, but we're cleaning
Yeah.
the top of those 2 drains. I mean, I'm not gonna go to the back of Wendy's to do that, but is there like a
So we talked to
maintenance-
Mr. Chakowski this evening, and yes, we're going to increase the frequency of cleaning out those drains.
Okay. I mean, I think
Absolutely, 100%.
after storms is probably the best time to do it, and before you
Well,
know
you want to
big
do it
one's
before the
coming.
storms, right? To make sure.
Before the storms, yes,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
even after the storms, that's when a lot of the debris actually ends up and stays on those drains, right? Because it rains, the
Great
water,
point. Yep.
the water, it gets covered. But if you know big storms coming, then definitely you guys have to clean it for
Yep.
sure.
Understood.
But I mean,
You're right.
I know that's something I had
And
suggested.
really just identifying those problematic areas and making sure that we're going out there more frequently.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep.
I'm with you. Yep.
The other thing is, I had called the township about Unionville Road and all the storm drains. I walk that almost every day, and they are covered with dirt, trash, debris, trees, all kinds of stuff. I had called last summer about it, and the township told me I had to call they would send an email to PennDOT, which they did, and they CC'd me on it. It never got done. So this is year 2, summer 2, that it's still not done. If you guys, on your way home, and next time you're on Unionville Road, take a look at the storm drains.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay. Yep.
And if you can get PennDOT out to do
Sure.
what they're supposed to, that'd be great. Maybe
Yep.
that'll alleviate some of the water turning onto Unionville Drive.
Good point.
And I'd like to show you this video that's just on Monday at my property.
Okay.
And that's not even our, I mean, that's
I
all
recognize, yep.
goes.
Yep.
It's awful.
Yep. Got it. Sir?
Now, from what I understand, they're gonna put a road back there too. That's gonna make problems with the road.
Can you please say your name and address,
Ah.
sir?
Bob Shore, 1981 Hansel Drive, Bensalem,
Got it,
PA.
okay. Okay, go ahead.
They're gonna build a road back there too. That's just gonna make it worse, because when you cover the ground, the water has nowhere to go.
A road behind Hansel is what you're
No,
referring?
on the school property there.
Right, yeah,
behind
there's
Hansel
no,
Drive.
no, I mean, so at some point, I
Oh, they
believe,
stopped it?
so.
They were going to.
The owner filed bankruptcy, from what I understand, and at some point, we have to talk to the new owner to see what the plan is.
You're correct. They did try to say that.
They
in the
rezoned
beginning.
And
They tried.
And I don't believe that
No,
road was.
At the end of the development, you're talking about the road out to Unionville
It's gonna
Road?
go.
Yeah,
it's
the
gonna
one
go
that went-
from
Okay.
Up where the
They-
school was, all the way out to Unionville Road.
I know, but they were
No.
stopped. At the end, that was going to be just an emergency entrance. It was going to be like stone under
But still, it's gonna
grass.
be, you know.
No,
it's
well,
covered.
no, they were doing a lot of drainage. We were making them do a lot of engineering.
That doesn't matter at this point.
They're not doing that now.
Right, yeah.
They're not doing that now.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Any additional public comment? All right, I'll look at it after, if that's okay? You want, okay? Anybody else? Okay. I'll close, anything else? Okay. Close public comment. 5. Mr. Pizzo, I forgot at the beginning of the meeting, can you announce exec, please?
Certainly, the council met in a brief executive session immediately prior to this evening's meeting. It lasted approximately 20 minutes. Present were the 4 members of council present this evening, the Township Director of Administration and me. During that executive session, the council was briefed by the Director of Administration on various emergency management responses to the significant weather event that occurred on July 6th. No official action was taken during that executive session. Excuse me, and none is required at this evening's meeting.
Great. Thank you. Any other business? I'll go around the room. Mr. Worst.
Yes.
Deb?
Nothing this evening, thank you.
All right, you got it. Wish you lots of luck.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Oh, good luck. Yeah.
Councilman Knowles.
Yeah, I know we're going to discuss some more. There's a lot of water problems, and it's going to take a lot of, there's small things we can do, but it's going to take a lot of money to be able to do that, so we have to get at it, I understand. But I just wanted to mention that Jean DiGirolamo's mother passed away, and I think that's one of the reasons why the mayor here, the mayor's sister's funeral was last week. I went to that service. It was a real blessing. I think she was 101. And then also Harry Kramer, who's on our zoning board, his son passed away at a much younger age. So keep all those people that are associated with the township in your prayers.
Thank you.
That's all.
Mr. Sloan. I'm sorry.
His mother, yeah.
Mr. Wenzel.
Yeah, I know.
Helen.
Sloan's on his mind. It's weird.
I don't know.
I knew they were like
Sorry about
brothers. So when the flooding happened on Station Ave, we immediately reached out to the state. Their response wasn't the most exciting thing. It was, oh, wow. That was the state's response. We're waiting to see if we can work together with them to try and alleviate some of the stress we have in the township. I know I reached to a few people in Village Green on some road issues they have. They've flooded PennDOT's website with issues neighborhood-wide and got quite a bit of response very quickly. So I would recommend you guys all have your friends and family as well upload all your pictures on PennDOT's website. Or you can call 1-800-FIX-ROAD, but it's easier to do it online because you can upload photos and issues to their website. They do respond back with information sometimes it's not what you want to hear, especially when I heard, oh, well, that wasn't what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear that we were going to at least look at it or something. So we're still waiting for some kind of response back from them. So that would be a step that we can definitely take. And I mean, I'll myself go out there as well to do that. I did before I came here, drove through Hansel to look to see if there was any kind of construction equipment and stuff on Armstrong property to see if they did anything. So, but I would.
Timing is off.
So,
But that's my stance.
Thank you, Mr. Bensalem. I'll further give a little bit more brief on the PennDOT update. Mr. Kisbeck?
Yeah, I'll just say that, as I sit here, I can certainly understand your aggravation and intent problems that are occurring, because it's not like it was just yesterday. It's, as you said, years and years and years ago. And as you being aggravated with us, which I certainly understand, you can imagine our problems that we have just trying to work with PennDOT, because you can multiply that, and we think we have something happening, and the next thing you know, they pull the rug from us. There was the Armstrong property, which we thought we had it under control, or at least approaching it, and then the developer bailed out in terms of running out of money and not following through on that particular project. So we're quite aware of it. As President Tokmajian just said, just this evening we're discussing that particular project prior to you being here, in terms of the stormwater management problem, which is throughout the entire Bensalem. So as it is unique to your specific area, it's throughout the entire Bensalem Township. So we're dealing with it on many, many levels, but we're quite aware of it. And I certainly understand your aggravation. I certainly understand what you're doing. You're dealing with this for 5 years, maybe longer.
Colleen,
That's it. That's what we think PennDOT's going to.
we understand. Mr. Kisbeck, anything else?
No.
Mr. Pizzo, did you want to add anything further?
Pleasant evening.
Okay, all right. Just to give a little bit more detail in terms of, so I did ask the mayor to meet with Mr. Chakowski in terms of some of the more recent flooding issues that we've seen. We talked about 3 general areas, and to Mr. Kisselback's point, we went into this year recognizing that we really had to get ahead of the flooding issues that we saw across this township. So we started having that discussion very early on with the administration. And this is not political. We went into this understanding that we were going to make this a team effort to try to address some of these areas. Particularly this evening, we talked about Hansel, we talked about the Eddington area, and we talked about Station Ave. Hansel, we recognize there's 2, short-term and a long-term fix, and we talked about options for both. And we certainly discussed it this evening a little bit. The Eddington area, we'll certainly follow up on those 2 particular areas, the Brown Ave and Marion Ave, sorry. Marion Ave and Brown Ave, and then Brown and Eddington, and then 2922 Ogden Ave. And we recognize we still have some work to do down there at Eddington. And to Mr. Knoll's point, it certainly is something that's not going to be a cheap fix, but certainly we have to get addressed with it. Lastly is the Station Ave project, and we did reach out to PennDOT. They did actually provide us 3 different options, which we are looking at every one of those options. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of those options yet at this point. They're still very high level, but we are going to schedule a meeting with PennDOT at some point in August. And we will not only bring up Station Ave, but we'll bring up some of the issues that we see across this township among state roads, particularly with the issue about the drains being blocked too as well. So we are making headway into trying to cooperatively speak with our state elected leaders as well as PennDOT to get ahead of and really try to address some of the flooding issues that we see across this township. And lastly, I'll say it again, I did talk to Mr. Chakowski about potentially including some funding to support fixing and addressing some of the flooding problems that we're seeing. in the forthcoming budget that we'll see in December. So that's all I have. And that's my comments on that. And that's all I have, and a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you.